Hey, everybody. Are you so woke that you have to tell everybody about it every single day? Is it critical that you impress upon everyone that you're such a powerful empath that you just can't help filling your TikTok with 60-second videos telling everyone how spiritually superior or incredible you are compared to everyone else? And what if your calling woke or empathic is just bipolar or manic behavior? And why does that call for a mind shift? Welcome to another installment of a year of Thinking Magically, where we invite you to join us on a year-long journey of reclaiming our power, creating a more magical, fulfilling, and healthy experience of life. We thank you in advance for clicking and liking, subscribe. If you think that our message is going to vibe with somebody that you know, we thank you in advance for sharing that. I'm your host, Dr. John Michael Salvato. Let's go ahead and jump into today's mind shift in just a moment. Hey, everybody, we're back. We've all seen them. We've seen the folks who start every post on social media with, well, I'm a psychic, or I'm an empath, or I see energy, or I see dead people, or whatever. Or those who chew up bandwidth several times a day, telling us how woke they are and how much better they are at any one of us at doing whatever. Well, first, let's talk about the obvious. If you were really so broke, this is so woke, you'd know that your videos are egomaniacal. You'd know that they were imbalanced bullshit that annoys more people than it helps. If you were psychic, you would know that you were pissing people off. People who are awoke or awake realize that their perceptions are deeply flawed, including their perceptions of just how woke they really are. So they don't make such absurd proclamations, especially on a daily basis, and they don't have to. They're like the woman who wears a see-through blouse and no bra, and then does a Facebook Live video in that very same blouse saying how angry she is that guys are always looking at her tits. I mean, really. Sometimes the mind shift that we need, the mind shift we really need is the grow the fuck up mind shift. But more people will be impressed by being who you really are than they'll ever be by suffering through another video of you fronting like you're some kind of guru. But the mind shift for today, what I really want to talk about today, isn't the grow the fuck up mind shift. It's something more accessible, something I think that's more universal, and I think gets to the very heart of why so many people are suddenly doing these woke as fuck, look at me, needy McNugget videos. So my suggestion of the mind shift for today, the mind shift I'm going to employ and that I encourage you to do, is the mind shift of choosing to notice that comparison is never a measure of success. What do I mean? Well, my experience has been that most of the Instagram gurus, the podcast princesses, and so forth out there seem to suffer from something that sabotaged everything I did for years, and that is comparison. When we forget how flawed our perceptions are, when we forget how skewed our perceptions are, we tend to compare ourselves to others, and realistically, we're going to have our shit more together than some people, and we're going to have our shit less together than others. It's no big deal, except that we forget about the fact that it's our perception, not reality. We perceive ourselves as having our shit more together than someone else. We perceive ourselves as having our shit less together than someone else, but we have no way of really knowing if that's true. Everything we experience in our lives is little more than than a reflection back to us of something we believe, something we fear, something we aspire to, or something that we need to release and forgive. Let me say that again. Every single thing that we experience in our lives is nothing more than a reflection back to us of something that we believe or fear, something that we aspire to, or something that we need to release or forgive. And that's why it's so sad that so many of us begin to doubt our self-worth, and that the seeds of mental illness begin to germinate in that fertile soil of our flawed perceptions. And human beings are nothing if not skillful overcompensators. And that includes me, and that includes you, and that includes everyone on the planet. So that baseless concern that she's not good enough leads to one friend posting 10 times a day on Instagram, 15 times on Facebook, and doing at least 2 Facebook Live videos while driving her kid to school while she plays with her hair and tells us for the millionth time that she's a gifted empath, that she knows better than anyone else what they're thinking because it's all energy, fa la 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 la. Yeah, it is all energy. And if she were really an empath, she would understand that if she shuts up and allows herself to really connect with the energy around her, like every human being on the planet can, she'd understand far more that it's energy she's sending out being reflected back to her so she can work on her issues quietly and the baggage quietly and begin the more difficult work of really starting to heal. See, that's why we compare ourselves as a measure of success, because when we play that superiority game, we're giving ourselves an excuse for not doing the real work of getting our shit together, because we can conveniently justify our actions by saying, well, I'm better than most of you, so that's success. Well, it's not. It's mental illness screwing with your potential. Instead, find somebody with the training and the skills to help you professionally, a counselor or a psychologist, a coach, somebody who can help you discover that you are far more incredible than the person you pretend to be, and that your perceived success is never going to be satisfying if it's born out of comparison. I just see a comment here. I'm going to put my glasses on in order to read it. So the comment says, my past was something still affecting my present, but all of a sudden people from my past are all of a sudden all over the place. So I decided I'm being told to deal, Angeline, deal. Right on. I mean, that is what life does, is present us with those opportunities. And like I said, it's something that we've all done, even after we know. Even knowing that my perception is going to screw with the way that I react in the world, I'm going to continue to behave in that same manner. So it's important that when we catch ourselves doing it, and this is where the mind shift comes in, when we catch ourselves doing it, we call it out in our minds for what it is. And then we forgive ourselves, and we gently choose to shift our mindset toward a better measure of success right here, right now. Am I being fully present, grateful for everything that I've learned and realized and accomplished in spite of the challenges and adversity that have come my way in the past? And maybe even because of that adversity, because of those challenges, right here, right now, am I bringing my A game to the experience of life so that I can add another thread to the breathtaking tapestry that is my life? Because if you are, then you're successful. Sure, you may not be where you want to ultimately be, but there's a flaw in that thinking too. Here's a secret. You can always adjust where you want to go. Me, I want to be right here in this moment. And I know that if I am, I'll always be successful. Everything else is impermanent. People in my life will come and go. Money will flow in and flow out and return again, sometimes multiplied, sometimes not. Winter always follows the harvest, and spring always comes after the barren winter. But the moment, that's the only place where we can truly be successful. the only place that matters, because it's the only thing that's real. And so I hope that those of you that are tuning in, whether you're tuning in for the first time and we welcome you, or you've been watching for a while, I hope you find value and inspiration in today's mind shift. I'd love to hear from you and invite you to consider becoming part of our new premium social network. The URL is right there on the bottom of the screen. It's a social network and mystery school that includes access to 6 educators who bring a new class every single month, an hour-long class to you on a monthly basis at minimum. So you're getting an opportunity to take 6 classes a month right now. Come summer, it's going to be increased to 10 to 12 classes a month, all included in your membership in the platform. And I encourage you, whether you join us at the collective, at the Inner Alchemy Mystery School or not, I encourage you to stay in the moment, because that's where your power always is. My perceptions, even those that I shared in this video, ultimately don't matter as much as your willingness to become the author and observer of your experience of life. Fill that present moment with gratitude. If you're seeing this, you matter. Full stop. And that's the best measure of success that I know. And always, always remember that the best is yet to come. I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody.
Thank you.